weak he is substituting with a mechanism. When I was able to talk with another person in another country or another part of the globe or another part of the another solar system, only with the help of the tapas and the mind, when the man was getting to that such deep stages, he was able to talk to anybody without an external apparatus. He lost that. Consequently, he devised an apparatus, what is called the transmission of the sound and the receiver of the sound through electromagnetic waves. So the man has not conquered anything. On the contrary, he lost. And what he lost is only showing that I had done this, I had done that. No. Oh man, you had all these things. You are lost inside and you are showing it what you have done outside. It is a search within you. Whatever you have lost, you are making a reinvention of those things. So it means you are searching what you have lost. Searching what you have lost is called as research. Again, searching for what I have lost. I could not get internally, I am trying to move externally. But even today, the man must realize that there is no necessity of these external things. He can always visualize, move within himself and get whatever he has done. A TV, a picture can be seen when the indriyas are closed and move outwards. So whatever he has lost, he is trying to search. So you mean to say that without an apparatus, if I can do all those things, without an apparatus, I can bring any changes anywhere in the universe? So is it great, or sending an electromagnetic wave alter a course of a space vehicle? Is it great? No. The man has got everything within himself. Since he has lost, now what we are finding is a weak man, not a strong man. So it means there are two theories. The man has come from a weak and now thinking that he is strong is one theory. The other theory is at the time of the evolvement of the man was so strong and he is becoming weak. So it means we have got two theories. One is called as a weak man considering the present status as strong. It means a weak man has become a strong man. That is why a weak monkey, we call it as a man, and he has become a man. This is what is called as one of the theory that is advanced. No. Since a strong man has become weak, the man is now becoming a monkey. Not the monkey is becoming a man. For the simple reason that an internal travel makes a man much more stronger than what he is. If he believes that he was weak previously and now he is strong, it is basically a principle of a monkey. You must think that the Paramatma created us. At the time of the creation, we were as strong as the Paramatma. Not merely one person, all the persons in the universe were strong as the Paramatma. As such, the man had all the senses intact. The loss of senses had led to an external research, an external revolution. An internal revolution is needed, that is for a man, because the man can operate at such great velocities, he can work infinite velocity, understand the universe all within himself. That was the process. Getting the knowledge within himself is what is called as jnana. Consequently, the material changes are done by what we can say is the evolution in this theory is from the highest energy becomes the lowest energy. The man at the time of evolvement was an extraordinary, knowledgeable man, an extraordinary man capable of working beyond velocity of light. And he has lost those energies and he has come to the present state. So there are two theories, that the man was strong and now he is becoming weak. That is the principle of the Vedas. So Veda calls for, oh man, don't become weak, you become strong. Add the energy to the source. You have lost the energy in the source. Consequently, you are not able to get into those states. Get back. Know the knowledge within you. There is no necessity of knowing the knowledge from outside, for which I have done the creation. So the creation is basically consists of the 5 matters called as Panchabhutas. That is, the ozone is the first Panchabhuta to get evolved. The second Panchabhuta to get evolved is O3 to O2. And from O2, the Agni within the planet entered. Then the hydrogen entered. Then from the hydrogen you have got the condensation called as the water. The further condensation has given to what is called as the Prithvi. So these are the 5 states of material. So the 5 states of material has come on account of a variation in the quantum of the energy. The variation has come on account of the mind called as the moon. As said, the moon is responsible for bringing the changes. Ma is the manas. Na is the nervous system, that is the changes in the ozone. Va is the particle of matter. The antara is the space. As at ma plus na plus va plus antara is what is called as manvantara, in which the changes comes from the ozone to the various levels of the energy. So if that is the case, the change has come on account of manvantara, on account of the moon. It means the moon continuously stays in the solar system. It is the earth that dies, not the moon, because the mind cannot die. The mind has to be there for all times to come. The mind is the wife of the Paramatma. As said, the mind doesn't die. The Paramatma doesn't die. As long as this variable energy called the mind, the ultimate energy of the Paramatma, I, is there, the universe continues to be there, because the law of energy is energy can be created, energy cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. Energy only be transferred from one form to another. For this transformation of energy from one form to another, the mind is there. The basic energy, will always be there, because that is the root of the energy. As such, what happens is, the changes are brought out by the motion of the sun and the motion of the moon. It means, I mean to say that the relative motion of the sun and the moon is responsible for the creation of the earth. If so, let us know what are all the changes that comes and how it has been named. So the changes from one physical material to another physical material needs time. And the totality of the change of the creation, that is from the state of the death, ultimate state, to the birth, is one state. These changes are called as the changes in the day. The death of the material, again it has to go, it is called as the night. So there is a day and the night within the existing material. This period of time, right from birth up to the totality of the death, is called as one day of the sun. That is half a day of the sun, half a day of the sun. And then after reaching the death, it again comes back to the light. To come back, there is another half a day, that is what is called as, these 2 days are called as one full day, or one totality of the change from the birth to death and from death back to the birth. This period is what we call it as kalpa. The kalpa has been created on account of the moon. If that is the case, what are all the changes that comes? Have we named those changes? Yes, it has been named. There are 14 changes in the Earth's evolution. The first change is converting from O4 to O3. So when the entire O4 has to become O3, then only it will be conducive for the life. This change we call it as the Manvantara. Manvantara is one change of physical state of matter. So to get into the state of ozone and to stabilize fully, it is called as one Manvantara. That period of time is what is called as one Manvantara. From O3 again, there will be a change to O2, the Prana Vayu. So the first is Prana Rakshaka Vayu, it is called O3. That is one Manvantara spirit. From O3 to O2, it is another Manvantara. From O2, again the hydrogen or the Agni has to enter the atmosphere. So the Agni enters the atmosphere and there will be an input of Agni within the earth's surface, and that period of time is called as one more Manvantara. Then from Agni, what happens? The Agni is hydrogen, the O2 is oxygen. Under the influence of O3, the water is formed. So the fourth Manvantara is the formation of the water. So the first Manvantara is the formation of the ozone. The second Manvantara is the formation of the oxygen or the Pranavayu. The third Manvantara is the light energy getting into the Earth's atmosphere. All these things, how it happens, we will also discuss. Then the fourth Manvantara is the formation of the water. The fifth Manvantara is the formation and the solidified of the object on which the water can stand. So 5 physiological changes are called as 5 Manvantaras, and these 5 Manvantaras produces the Panchabhutas. Bhuta means, Ba means the moon, Ta means the air. Any energy that is activated, changed by the moon, that is the mind, or the air is what is called as Bhuta. It means these 5 materials are brought by a change on account of the moon and the air within the atmosphere. It may be O3 or the O2. So these are the ones that being changed. That is why it is called as Bhuta. Since they are a 5 in number, 5 in number has come on account of Pa means the moon, Cha means the water, that is the one